buddy. You run right there.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason here at Signature Esports, and a pleasure it is to have you here live and in charge for the No Toad Racing League. I've been talking about it all week long, and we are getting ready for the fourth race of the season. This is their 20th season in the racing platform, or in sim racing as it stands, holding their leagues and having a fantastic time. We're going to have the Xfinity Series here at Talladega tonight, and I am joined in the broadcast booth by Kyle Gretsch. Kyle, how are you doing, my friend,
I'm doing good, man. How are you doing?
Oh, fantastic day. It's Sunday night racing here. We got to watch a great cup race, and they're going to be excited to see Suarez pull home the win. We were talking about that pre-race here. But first, let's get into the nitty-gritty of things here. The Xfinity Series is going to run 75 laps here at Talladega Superspeedway. And the starting grid's going to look like this. Alan Dixon, the number 33, is going to have Christopher Harrison to the outside of the number 83. Justin Malarkey in the 97 is going to have Davey Hendricks in the 88 to his outside in row number 2. Jason Benson and Michael Reddick are going to be there in row number 3. The 34, Scott Kelly, will turn with the double 2 with Oliver Turin to the outside. Gary Sargent out there, the Sarge man himself, is going to have Nick Biddy to his outside. And Matt Perusini, I didn't get that correct. It'll take me a couple of days to get that correct. The 24 is going to have Joseph Divide out there in the number 6.
Starting in 13th on the inside row, we have William Jester. On the outside of that row, we have John Barton in the 68. Behind him on the inside row, we have the 66 of James Lawson. Outside, the 023 of Terry Brooks. That'll come up to the 23 for you guys at home. Yeah, on the inside of the next row, we have John Crutchley, Nodge in the 48. On the outside of him, we have John Campbell in the 117, straight out of Australia. In 19th, we have Kobe Sutphin. 20th, we have a man who doesn't know how to register to watch a session. In 21st, we have the 45 of Al Corey, one of our league admins. And in 22nd, your final car in the pack, you have the 96 of Brian Cooper.
Brian Cooper, last driver on here, No Toad Racing League. And this is better known for its super speedway action, 196 miles an hour. That's the speed that we're going to be able to see here. Race information for Talladega. 71 degrees on the air temperature, 95 degrees on the track temperature. Spicy tires are going to be happening here. 41% humidity means sticky at first, and then they're going to slide around a little bit. Partly cloudy skies will play a factor, of course, and the turns. If you see cloud cover, you're going to want to ride that line. 5-mile-an-hour wind. We'll shake it up on the backstretch. So wind is going to go from turn 3 to turn 2. That is your race information here for the No Toad Racing League Xfinity Series, and they are going to be ready to go. Pace car in 3 and 4. They are paced and paced. I mean, I tell you what, 75 laps, 65% fuel. They have 4 sets of tires, 1 fast repair. Who's our driver to look for here, Kyle?
We have a bunch of them, actually. We have our points leader currently who's swept the first 3 races, and Davey Hendricks. He is starting in 4th place, but we have a lot of guys in this pack that could get out there and get it done. A lot of people in this pack that are all capable.
Fully capable, ready to go. Mark, thank you for the share. Thank you for the like out there as well. Kendra, thank you for the like. Thank you to all the folks out there, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Signature Esports, and No Toad Racing League. Good to see you all out there. Into the trial where they go. Start finish line is going to be just outside of the pit exit. Green flag waves. We are green flag here at Talladega. Early racing. Some early drop-ins. The 88 of Hendricks drops to the inside right away. A little bit of help going away for Dixon. Dixon there to the outside. Side by side out of 2. Onto the back straightaway. Lap 1 underway. And they are ready to rock and roll. I tell you what, super speedway action, getting through the gears, getting through those first 5 laps. That's the lap that you want to be able to see here. And where do you find yourself through the middle portion of this, especially with 65% fuel? Big factor there. Fuel strategy comes into play. And when does this big one happen?
Yeah, we're looking at about a fuel range here of 22 to 27 laps. And as we see here, we're starting to get an outside line formed. It was kind of looking a very bottom dominant on the backstretch, but we're starting to get a high line formed here. So it's 2 equal lanes coming through the tri-oval and just getting your finish line to finish lap 1.
Harrison leads that time by Redding to the inside. Ooh, a little bit of spiciness to the outside. Well, they almost went there. There goes the 31 of Michael Redding. He looked like he was going to creep to the outside, maybe get a little bit free behind the 33 of Alan Dixon to the inside. He rolls. Harrison now pushing the outside. Huge run for the drivers so far as they are double file into 3 and 4.
Christopher Harrison going to the bottom right in front of Alan Dixon in the 33. Yeah, we're going to see a lot of pushing today. Specifically when you have a pack going, you're able to break the bubble and get to the person's bumper. And it's actually very, very safe to actually push these cars more than any other car currently on the service that are ovals on the super speedways.
Super speedway action is a ton of speed and a ton of fun, and I call the B car probably the hardest car to drive. It takes a lot of driver skill, and so you're seeing that kind of come into play here. 21 drivers in the circuit, a lot of moves. Fastest lap of the race just ran by Brian Cooper. The 96 runs a 51.65. We're going to see the sub-50s before the end of this race as the track cools down and everybody gets into play. We'll see that once we start seeing that single file racing. That's when I think we're going to start seeing the 50.9s, the 51 second laps. And right now, high 51s for most of the drivers.
Yeah, we see we're having a 4-car breakaway here on the bottom lane as we see Joe David go down to the bottom here with Nick Biddy. Those two, they work together very well. Expect them to lock together and maybe try to make a charge to the front somewhere as we see Oliver Turn in the 002 car on the outside lane kind of get strung out, but he's going to get caught up by Justin Malarkey here on the outside lane.
Malarkey giving a big old shove to the 002. They're moving. 4 of 75. Everybody's going to test some boundaries here. I do believe that is kind of where we want to make sure that clean racing at Talladega. We had a race at Daytona in the Cup Series just a few short hours ago. And something that I saw with the way that Talladega drove as John Barton runs the fastest lap last time by. These having that extra lane, that third lane, and knowing that it's painted and it's striped and it's ready for you to roll, it kind of gives you a little bit of extra room. And we were talking about 22 extra feet from the Talladega standpoint over the Daytona race course, and it seems like Talladega it's like drivers are more comfortable to drive around Talladega than they are Daytona, maybe the iRacing Superspeedway.
Yeah, it's that extra room that you get. You're more comfortable running the high side. It doesn't feel as constricted as Daytona does. Another thing to bring up is you keep bringing up the fastest lap here. We do give a point for the fastest lap, so that's the important thing to keep in track of throughout the night tonight. Is we're going to see someone take on the point for just timing their when they're going to try to get that draft, kind of coming up to start finish line to get that fastest lap.
Fastest lap so far, Terry Brooks, 51.28 for the driver. And I talk about how the track is going to start cooling down. James, thank you for the shares and the likes. Much love to you, brother. How you doing out there? They are going to be looking at a full kind of where you get that separation. If you want that fastest lap at a super speedway, it's almost better to get yourself a little bit of a run from the back of the pack, kind of lay off a little bit. And if you're trying to edge that point and know that that's what it's going to be, I'd get myself a little bit of a run and see if I can catch some of that draft pack, utilize some of the cars in the lower lane. Side drafting here for the Xfinity Series cars does play a big factor because you're talking about disrupting the bubble. And for those who don't know what that bubble is, it's about 3 feet of air all the way around that car. And if you can utilize every portion of somebody's car to either pull air off to slow that car down, or you can utilize it to get yourself a little tighter peak to be able to push somebody in front of you. You don't want to push the pusher, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you keep your distance enough that you're actually helping the cause. And the outside lane seems to be doing that. Turn's going to drop in.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of people try to get on the quarter panels here later on in the race. Currently, we're early enough in the race to where you're not going to want to push the issues. We see Michael Redding get right underneath the Ollie turn there, coming off of turn 2.
Oliver having to go up the racetrack there to make sure that he didn't get the old helicopter award early today. 7 of 75 being completed. They are absolutely a little bit free for, it does look like was that the 46 back here, Nick Biddy. Trying to, not 46, sorry, 97 of Justin Malarkey. He's right there. Then right behind him, the 68 of John Burton trying to roll up the corner. He got a little bit free right there. There's the 10. Somebody's going to be changing lanes. And that's the thing about super speedway racing. I talked about it earlier as we go 3 wide here. The 23 to the outside, 10 to the inside, all the way across the start-finish line. Move over Miami. Talladega is underway.
Yeah, you saw the 68 of John Barton there getting loose in the middle of the corners. We see Malarkey going to the outside, 3 wide for the lead.
Malarkey, no stranger to 3 wide racing, and right now the 68 ready to roll with him. That Ford super fast on the high side, a huge run. And now, if you thought it was going to be just single and double file racing all race long, well, I'm seeing a little bit of freeness, and I'm seeing everybody ready to start testing some boundaries as they continue to move. Move over, he says. He thought he had a run there. And Malarkey now still stuck 3 wide. He's given up a few spots.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see people moving around and kind of getting loose this early. You saw it at the 28 there in the middle of turn 3, and then you saw John Barton there kind of coming through the middle of 3 and 4, just kind of getting that loose middle of the corner, either transitionally or just, how hot the track might be.
You talked about the number 10 earlier. He's kind of been patient, up 11 spots. Biggest mover of the race right now is going to be Brian Cooper to the 96. He's up 13 and now 14 as he tries to gain 1 more spot from the outside. Malarkey's stuck at the 97. You see how close those cars get to the wall up there on the high side. Don't count that out just yet. There's going to be a lot of that happening as they continue to move through this field. Green flag pit stops. We talk about the speeds and access. Whoa, somebody down. That's Michael Redding there to the bottom. He is going to be wrecked out up on the straightaway there. The 31 has significant damage as he continues to roll down the start-finish line here. And he will have to come back up to speed. No caution for the drivers, and that is the way that it rolls. Joshua, thank you for the like out there on the old Facebook platform. Thank you so much. Folks, if you haven't done so, go to the No Toad Racing League YouTube channel. You can check it out, and there's a link in the description on our Facebook and YouTube channels. Make sure you go give them a follow for me. They're about 140 followers. I want to see them, or 140 subscribers. I want to see more out of that. And make sure that you tune in, not just here on Signature Esports, but go look at some of their past broadcasts. Some fantastic racing over the course of 20 years. The No Toad Racing League has been a fantastic drive-in. Caution sponsor brought to you by Nerds Do Nerd Things. You can go to Nerds Do Nerd Things on your favorite podcast platform. I follow them on Spotify. They release a new podcast every Friday morning, and you can check that at about 9:30 Eastern. Is about when they go. They get that uploaded. Absolutely fantastic. If you like anything nerdy, games, comics, movies, you name it, they've got it. Kyle, it is being interesting here because with no caution, where does that put Redding?
Redding is just currently getting on the pit road. He blew his engine, as you can tell by the smoke trail coming behind his car. He is going to come down. He has to take his fast repair because it's not going to be worth it to not. He's going to go a lap down here more than likely, but with current rules of NTRL, if there's an accident here at one of the tracks and someone wrecks off the pavement, there will not be a caution if it's only 1 car. If it is 2 or more cars, they'll throw a caution, but if it is 1 car, they will just keep it green.
And a green flag will continue to fly here as he does go a lap down. Chris, thank you for the like out there. Much love to you. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody out there. Doing what you do best in making Signature Esports the platform for sim racing as the double lot runs to the high side, trying to control the outside lane. The 83 of Harrison there to the back bumper. Move over. You know that they're coming. Whoa, 3 wide already. 83 says, I'm going to go. We've got to go.
23 just hit the wall.
To the back. Almost as if that's Terry Brooks Jr. there. If you hit the wall here, you gotta kind of ease off of the gas. We've seen a lot of different styles especially with the new collision model that iRacing has released. That you're able to take a little bit more damage and it may aerially affect you, but not necessarily drivability becomes too big of a factor. But at super speedways and tracks that have these lower panels or what they call the outside safer barriers, we're noticing that the cars are sticking to them a little bit more, and as they do, you want to ease off of the wall, because if you kind of pop it off the wall, you're going around.
Yeah, that can be dangerous. Typically you're going to see people try to go high to follow somebody on that third lane, but you can see people. It's a big problem at the super speedways where you're kind of behind somebody tight enough to where you get a little bit unsighted and you don't know where you are in relation to the racetrack, especially if you're running a single monitor. And you'll see those people running that high line and just kind of turn in a little bit later than the person in front of them, and they just smack the wall because the person in front of them is running a little closer to it than they thought they were.
Here's a look. We're going to take a ride on board here with the number 42 of Jason Benson. Do you see what's in front of him? A car bumper. Can he see what's in front of him? No. He can see to the right side of him right now. He can see what's in his rearview mirror, and if he's doing anything right, he is not looking at that rearview mirror. He's got that thing turned off. He just wants to know what's to his outside and what's in front of him. And as the closer that you get to these vehicles, we talk about that bubble, and right now he's just outside of that bubble. He wants to be to the point where he can almost see half of that Toyota. And as they drive around here, the only time he can see the car in front of him is in a turn.
Yeah, when you're entering the corner, you do not want to be that person who turns down too much, hits the apron, kind of freaks out, try to get back up on the banking, and then you get a little bit sideways, and then you wash up half the lane, and then take half the field out.
Only drivers that really have a better view right now, the 23, but as soon as somebody makes a move, oh, big checkup right there in front of him. 96 almost goes around. Huge run to the outside, and you don't want to disrupt that line, and that's exactly what happened as the 10 of Kobe Sutphin here goes up high. That back lane checks up, and that was almost an aggressive move that sent the field around right there. However, everybody's still green flag racing, so a great job out of the drivers having defensive driving skills as they are only 16 laps in. We're getting close to that green flag pit stop. What do you think the leader's coming in? Nick Biddy's been out front for a moment.
Well, him and the 6 car, they do work together here at these racetracks. We did a next-gen race on Friday, and we do other race series as well. And they always tend to work with each other, so you will see the two of them come together. So he will always have a partner when he comes down pit road. But yeah, the fuel range is 22 to 27. 27 is going to be if you're in the pack for most of the race, and 22 is going to be if you're leading for most of the race. I would, maybe expect them to come around maybe lap 23 or so. Biddy's been out front for these for the last couple laps, but he's not been out front for the entirety of the race. One thing I do want to note is just how treacherous, and potentially in the case that we do go green through the pit cycle, we might have a separation in the pack. So you're really going to need to hope that you get in with a group, but you also get into a group that will form up exiting the pit road.
Part of what you see on super speedways, you see the speed down there. Highest speed for the drivers here, 195 so far. And right now we're averaging about 188 into the turns, and something that you've got to consider here when you leave turn 4 and you want to go to pit road, you're gonna notice that you're gonna go from 184 to 190 miles an hour, somewhere in that realm, down to the 55 miles an hour that pit road speed is. pace car speed under caution, 65 miles an hour. Doesn't seem like all that much, but when you're in a 2.6 mile track and you're going from 188,
I'll hit the wall in the back.
you go 188 into the, oh, that's John Barton right there. He gets a little turned sideways. He went ahead and jumped to pit road, so that's where he's going to be at. Oh, he actually exited the race. It does seem like he is out now. But something that you're going to look at is that braking zone. And these cars, you don't want to make a mistake getting in and off pit road, because that'll cost you more time than missing your pit stop.
Yeah, just going back here and looking at John Barton's accident that he had, it seems like potentially a mechanical failure. The car kind of just jolts to the left, just very out of place, and just kind of goes into the inside wall. Very strange. I'm going to put that up to a mechanical failure, because that's just seems like where it would kind of fall into. He does kind of lock up the brakes at the end, but just that initial turn left just looked kind of odd.
If he's running VR, if he's having a wheel issue, those are things that are all things considered. I talked about somebody laying back and getting the fastest run. Well, right now, Alan Dixon, 50.46, runs the fastest lap of the race on lap 18 here. So not only is the car light, but he's been able to figure out how to get that fastest lap so far. We will see somebody try to beat that one, but that's an already fast lap as Dixon holds that 33 exactly where he's at, off 13 from the start of the race. But he's ready to go. Nick Biddy, your race leader on the inside, is up 9, 20 in. They can't really, I mean, I would say, oh, hey, double try hard, give it 100 biddies out there. Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you for the like as well. I appreciate you. Was something that I wanted to kind of point out here is the ideal is to split this into two segments. With no car, if it runs green and you can pit only twice, that's a big form. But the more that Nick Biddy stays out front right here, the more chance that he's going to have to split this up into two fuel, more than two, maybe a splash and go there towards the end.
Yeah, that is an interesting point there, but I do think that we might see anybody who's out front is going to be at a disadvantage. We see Kobe Sutphin. He seems to be electing to go to the rear. He came over the radio and typed in the chat to pass left. Wouldn't be overheating because he'd be the leader on the outside, but he could just be wanting to fall in line.
Give himself a little fuel strategy run here, and that is not a bad idea. Part of what you see out of fuel strategy races, and it's something that if you've been a part of Signature Esports for more than a couple of days, you know that I really like fuel strategy races. I like to know that the drivers, if they're running out of gas coming to the start-finish line at the end of a race, that's a race to me. You can have all of the most exciting wrecks in all the world, but if you give me a fuel strategy race and you tell me that guy's thinking he might run out of fuel, that's exciting to me. Gary having a good race. The number 28 is up 3. He's kind of been sneakily working his way to the front, as we see Gary Sargent right there, the Sarge man himself, running that Ford Mustang, looking pretty darn smooth out there for the time being, right there behind the 83.
Yeah, it seems like Gary's decided to run a paint scheme that's not the Jaguars, so seems like putting something on the car that actually runs well actually might help him in the races. So yeah, he's doing pretty good today.
I'm trying not to laugh too hard. Is he a Jaguar fan?
Entirely, yep.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, IWT on the paint scheme there. Let's I want to kind of look through the paint schemes here, check out and see what folks are running. Thank you, 007 Chris, giving us 100 biddies out there once again. Much love to you. Nick Biddy, he's got himself the pool room. What is that? Dawsonville pool room. That's ode to the old 9, I do believe. 23.
And he's actually Nick Biddy's actually from Dawsonville, Georgia himself, so he is the most famous man out of that town.
Well, there you go. There you go. Here on iRacing, that's for darn sure. Bonefish on the number 6 here, as I think drivers are starting to look at single file opportunities might be thinking about pit road. The old mellow yellow paint scheme, a little throwback homage right there for the double out 2 of Oliver Tura and Davey Hendricks in the 88, running a little bit of Cheetos Puffs paint scheme. My daughter would like that one. She is a big fan of Cheetos Puffs. Jason Benson in that Chevy. There's a Ghost custom paint scheme going on right there. I do like I do like me. If those who've seen my paint schemes, I'm a big fan of graffiti art and a whole lot of stuff like that. So that's kind of one of those paint schemes I'm enjoying. United States Air Force all over Scott Kelly's paint scheme. As a veteran, I can appreciate that. Hats off to you if you are one. Little Taz for Terry Brooks up there. The 10 looked like he had a run right there. I think some drivers tried to change some stuff. So the ASC Supply Services and Supply Incorporated has a little bit of Taz running right there. That's that used to be on my dad's business there for a little while. Holly Farms all over the 83 of Christopher Harrison. It's a good little paint scheme right there. A little throwback as well. 427 horsepower. If you don't know what that is, well, and you're not from North Wilkesboro. Man, oh man. Scott Kelly, let's say Persini right here. He's got the Apex 24. We call it the Rainbow Warrior paint schemes from the Jeff Gordon days, but Apex came on board as well for William Byron for a season, so that's always good to see. Hawkeyes, somebody's an Iowa fan in the 96. Brian Cooper rolling up 10 and 12th right now. Will Jester driving the AirCal. American Airlines 74. Little. We
got pit stops coming in this time. We got the 6 car, we got the 46 and Nick Biddy, we got the 83 of Christopher Harrison, all coming on the pit road. This is lap 25, so they all were able to make it.
Completing lap 25, Covey Sutphin's going to be your race leader as we look through. Great paint schemes. Well, Lowe's knows best right there for the 48. Everybody runs the 48. Justin Malarkey running the white and green paint scheme. Little. I want to make sure I'm going to double check the paints here. I may have to read down. I don't want to make sure Malarkey's paint scheme shows up if he's got one on there.
His paint is correct, so that's technically what he runs. Perfect.
James Lawson, No Toad Racing League driver with the Surge machine. I like that. That's going to be my favorite because it's very simple, very cool, and
we got a lot of cars in this time.
I think everybody's like, you know what? Whoa, look at him roll. Looking at the relative, making sure no pit road speeding penalties happen there. John Campbell's going to be your race leader here. Should be good. Christopher Harrison went ahead and took a little bit of an extra on his pit stop there. He was in his pit stop for 21.95 seconds, and I believe he might have just wanted to wait for some other drivers. John Campbell is your race leader. He's got a few drivers a lap down at the moment. A lot of drivers leaving pit stalls, and he's got the 83 in his sights. So Campbell is going to need to get in and out of pit road pretty quickly. Davey Hendricks just now leaving pit road, so that is the closest driver to him. The 117 coming around here on the front straightaway, and he's coming in.
Yeah, JC from Australia. He's up late or early. I don't remember the time difference exactly, but yeah, he's a road course guy, so getting onto the brakes late's in his wheelhouse. So he's able to kind of do that late exit off the track and on the pit road.
He's got a little Krispy Kreme love going on right there. A lot of drivers electing right sides and fuel.
Oh no, we got a spinner. We got a wreck.
Caution's going to come out. That's only going to help the man on pit road. He might have gone a lap down there, and congrats on that one right there. We'll see if he does. Looks like Terry Brooks and Will Jester off track. Folks, first caution of the race happens, and we'll rack 'em, stack 'em, do it again. Bobby DeField, thank you very much. Taker is 432, giving us a follow out there. Much love. Caution.
I know who you are, Taker 432. That's Skylar Carnes.
Good old Skylar. How's Skylar doing?
Well, he's not racing, so he's not doing good.
All right, so here's a look at it. Here's the 23 of Terry Brooks. He's coming off pit road here. A little bit free. Comes up into the racetrack here. Right into that second lane. And the 6 right to the back bumper. Now, that's what that looks like right there. But here's what it's going to look like before that. So here, we'll take a look into a couple other drivers. I'm going to back this up just a little bit here for you folks. Thank you, Skylar, for being out there. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. So here's the look coming off pit road. He leaves pit road right here. And he's got drivers with a full head of steam right behind him. He comes up, and Joseph tries to avoid him, gets a whole lot of nose damage out of that. And now the 23 is free and easy down the road I go. 74 gets a little clip from him as well. And anybody that was looking, he's just trying to hold on to that car. That car just not want to stop for him. And he goes around. Unfortunate circumstances, pit road exit. That's where you can make some mistakes. And this time by, that's what we're seeing. 117 of John Campbell will be your race leader. As I wondered if that was going to happen. Thank you to Nerds Do Nerd. Thanks for being a podcast, the broadcast sponsor for all of our cautions across Signature Esports. Much love to the guys, and AJ and Matt doing some great things. John. Hopefully John didn't disconnect there. He is dropping. John Campbell looks to be possibly out of the race here. It showed him DC'd.
Yeah, he's showing a high ping and a low quality, so that might be what just happened. Unfortunate for the 74 Will Jester. He actually got a meatball in that whole accident, so he's going to have to use a faster pair, and I don't think he had a tow for that one. But yeah, that whole string of events there in the backstretch was just kind of an awkward situation. There's a lane on the outside for the 6 car of Joe David to go to, and the 23 came up to the middle lane. But yeah, just 2 people making decisions to move, and they both met at the wrong point, and caution comes out.
We will let me go back. I've got a little bit of a better look at this. Here is, say a better look, but here's the way that they're going to exit pit road. You see pit road exit in that blue cone right there in the middle of your screen, folks. And as they come off pit road right there, you see the head of steam from the 6, and I kind of wish I had a telestraft. Quentin, thank you for the follow out there on the old Twitch platform. But the 6, it has a run right there, and that's going to be Joseph right there. He's got the 46 with him. They're already up to speed, and you see the 23 roll into the corner right there. Roll into the back straightaway. He is second lane. The 6 looks to try to drop down and just didn't have it, and ouch. And the big wreck happens.
Yeah, I'm assuming the 6 had an anticipation that he was going to continue going high, and he just went low, and the 23 thought they were going to go high, so he went low. Yeah, that was just an unfortunate situation there.
The best chance 199 here for the No Toad Racing League here at the 20th season, celebrating everything sim racing for these fine folks. Joseph, good to see you out there. Oh, buddy, see you next week in Phoenix. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for all that. Double A giving me the spiciness. Thank you. James says like, follow, share. That's what he does best. We appreciate that. He is a big supporter of Signature Esports over here. Thank him for being the best. Let's see. I wanted to talk about today's sponsor. It was the best chance 199. Who was looking for the driver? Who is it? Brian Cooper. Brian Cooper is the driver that put up the old love for the channel and the love for the race. So Brian Cooper, who is currently in...
He's in 6th place.
Yeah, I'm scrolling here, and his number wasn't popping up on my website. I appreciate it. Thank you. So the Iowa Hawkeye guy, just gonna give him a lot of crap for being. I live here in Missouri. Went to UNC, and now I've got two ways that I can be enjoyed. So No Toad Racing League. Ryan Cooper putting up for the race today. Best chance 199 for the Talladega Superspeedway, and we enjoy the fact that everybody invests their time. So we are into the next stretch here. And so that's going to change a little bit as far as pit strategy goes as well. Davey Hendricks, your race leader at the moment. And unfortunate circumstances for John. John now scored, I believe, out of the race. And hopefully he'll be able to get back in and complete some more laps. It's frustrating to know that those things do happen. But it is internet racing. One of the most realistic simulators on the market, iracing.com. Go check it out. Get your subscription today. A lot of free tracks with your subscription that you'll be able to get out there and do. So make sure that you tune in. Starts on the race on the green flag, but restarts are on the race leader, and Hendricks getting a run out here. What do you think about trying to get yourself a little distance between cars and super speedways there, Kyle?
I don't think that's a fantastic idea unless you know who's behind you and if you know that they're going to go with you. If you get too much of a run, you can find yourself too far out front, and you just kind of have a whole pack of cars that are going to have a run on you, and then you're just kind of a sitting duck out front. But yeah, just formed up good there for him. We're seeing a 7-car line on the inside lane, and we're seeing only 2 cars on the outside.
Malarkey,
yeah, now it's starting to form up here.
Yeah, Malarkey just, I saw the 97's paint scheme run with the 28 here. Gary has a good run to the outside. He might be trying to make it work. They gave Davey the benefit of the doubt there, let him keep the lead. I'm surprised that somebody didn't go around and say, all right, now push me.
Yeah, it's just one of those situations where it's like, okay, you get the run, but, where are you going to take it, and what's the over-under of me, either getting the move put back on me or it just not being able to complete it, because you can get next to that person and they could side draft you and then you're stuck. But you see Justin Malarkey here getting a good run on the outside. Seems like we're able to get the outside rolling here better than we are the bottom.
I'm Justin Malarkey. I'm wanting to pull the 10 with me. That's I think that's the idea here. Gary could have pulled the 97 with him, and I think they would have been 1-2 for a moment. Right now, the 97 trying to pull Kobe Sutphin with him. Justin Malarkey has the 10 and the 83. Look how free the 10 is on that shove. He is so close to him. He can reach out and give him a high five.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you're pushing here. You can't do that back and forth on the bumper too much, because if you just get a little bit too off center, you could, as you see him go to the bottom, but he doesn't get underneath. But yeah, we got those 2 cars out front on the outside lane down to the bottom. We got Christopher Harrison on the outside, followed by Biddy and Joe David. Those 3 seem to be working together well. I said the 46 and 6 work together. I guess we can add the 83 to the bunch, because he's been pitting with them and he's been working with them the whole race.
83 runs. Terry Brooks, fastest lap of the race, 50.41 here. And we are already 33 laps into this slugfest. Joseph says, I know how that feels. Yes, you do. Absolute love of the paint scheme on the 42. It's epic. It's a pretty darn snazzy paint scheme. I do like it. Terry Brooks, fastest lap this time. We'll see if we have anybody else that's going to be a taker here and is going to put a dent to that 50.41. Nobody yet.
Ooh, Christopher Harrison goes down, just barely gets in front of Justin Malarkey there. That could have been big.
Malarkey back to the outside, though, as they run down the back straightaway. 83, 97, 46, 10, 6, 28. Not your Powerball numbers, but that's your running order for the top 6. As Malarkey says, let's go. We've got to move over. 34 of 75. Getting close to the halfway mark, and notes here for these drivers are going to be looking as such. I wanted to go over the points for this series. If we're all kind of new to it over here at Signature Esports, but we can definitely give you some insight to what's going on as the 97 of Justin Malarkey still trying to pull Nick Biddy with him, and the 6 there. Playoff points looks as such. No Toad Racing League after 3 events. This is the 4th race of the season. Davey Hendricks with 3 wins. A total of 127 points on the season. Johnny Brugg, Kobe Sutphin, 2nd and 3rd here. Oliver Turin, Ileana Hamilton, Michael Redding, Skylar Carnes, Matthew Persini, John Crutchley and William Jester make up the top 10. Now, I tell you what, from second all the way to 10th, the points separated by roughly about 22 points. That can be made up with a couple of wins.
Yeah, and we have 2 drop weeks as well, so we're gonna see kind of a points back and forth, and people maybe who have to miss a week or kind of getting those bad finishes out of their points total. But yeah, we're gonna see somebody tonight potentially, unless Davey Hendricks comes up to the front and spoils the show.
Davey Hendricks could make it 4 in a row, but I tell you what, super speedway racing is anybody's ball game, and right now consistency is going to be the big factor as Hendricks tried to go to the outside. They're 3 wide back here, and now about to be back. Oh man, I don't know, they might stick 3 wide. There's a 24 and the 88 there to the inside of the 83. Nobody really wanted to work with Davey. They said, you've won enough. We want to have another moment here. 37 of 75, official halfway. We'll do this next time by, as they are 3 wide for third and fourth here to the outside of the 97. 23 rolling. Terry Brooks says, all right, we're good. Let's go. We can keep this high line running. Not shocked to see 3 wide racing. Kind of shocked to see it this early.
Yeah, I mean, we have so cars still out there. We've had, I believe, 2 retirements with John Barton and John Campbell. But yeah, to continue going 3 wide here just seems a little overzealous here.
Terry Brooks looks like he's going to drop back. 83 with the 31. They look like they were going to go high there, but does not look like that's going to be the case. Gary to the lead here from the high side. Pulls Justin Malarkey with him. If I'm Gary, like I said before, I'm pulling the 97 with me. Maybe keep that high line running. Maybe they can be fastest on the high side and not keep the inside rolling and not play a big game of leapfrog. We've seen that happen before as well. The 97 of Justin Malarkey doing a fantastic job of pushing the 28. He's going to drop in. 83 almost went with him. And now the 28 is going to have the 83 on the big shove. Malarkey back to the inside. 46 behind. 6 right there as well. Joseph trying to get 83 loose. Caution's going to come out, and a big one, I think, is happening. Holy cow. Huge wreck. Mike, thank you for the like out there. Holy cow, that was insane. He kind of just went everywhere. Little Junior Johnson rub right here on Talladega, and hopefully that telephone pole look doesn't stick as we bring out the second caution of the race. Some great racing so far, and we shall see what happened on that one.
Yeah, really unfortunate deal there. We had a lot of cars caught up in that accident.
Big runs is what that is. Folks, nerds do their things. Bringing out this caution for you. We're going to go back and take a look here. A lot of things changed. A lot of things happened right there. We're going to go to this part right here. This is what I wanted to look at. I think it was an accordion effect. He got a run on the 28 there. And might go far chase here just so that way we can take a look. Got a run on the 28. Oh, the 31 gave him a little nudge. And so, and they got skadooshed all over the place. 24 all over. 34 is able to avoid that one. Double out 2 in the 66 connecting. And James Lawson right there. No doubt. No, he's going to get a black flag for crossing the pit lane there. Hopefully he gets that clear. 34 into the grass. 74's right there of Will Jester. Holy goodness. I kind of want to look at, let's go back to that. See where the 74 was here. A little cockpit view going on. They're wrecking. Ooh, wrecking. Little nose damage. Ouch. Little bumper cars here at Talladega. Adam Corn, thank you for the like. Appreciate you very much out there on the old Facebook platform. Folks, if you're out there on the No Toad Racing League and you've got comments out there, I appreciate you leaving them out there. We'll go back and read those after the fact. Thank you so much for what you're doing out there. Much love to you and the fam and everybody out there having a fantastic day. Make sure you reach up, hit the freeway to support these leagues and these platforms, and hit that like button. And make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, let you know when everybody goes live. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube for Signature Esports and a No Toad Racing League YouTube channel. No Toad Racing Network. They do a lot of recaps and a whole bunch of stuff, and they have a ton of fun. So bear that in mind. Keep that in mind. Thank you so much to everybody out there. That was a big old bump right there for a lot of these drivers. How does that shake some things up? You've got the eyes and ears on the fast repair situation. Kyle, tell me kind of what's going on.
Sorry, I'm having a little bit of connection issues there. I don't know what's going on, but I just joined back in the session.
You're good. All right. We don't know yet. We'll find out. It'll be 35 laps to go this time by as they complete the second caution under the 40th lap under caution on the second caution of the race. And I'm looking at a lot of drivers just went in and took fuel, skipping the tires. Malarkey went in and took tires that time by. Redding, it does look like he's got a pretty darn messed up car. Ronnie, thank you for the like. Appreciate you. Appreciate you all very much. He is getting some stuff fixed. Will Jester getting his notes. I think he had to use his fast repair. Terry does not have a fast repair left, but he did get some of that damage repair, so that's going to be an opportunity. Scott Kelly looked like he had a fast repair, so we had and used that one. Christopher Harrison in the 83 went ahead and got his stuff fixed too. So that's a good looking paint scheme right there. Oliver did have a fast repair, so he has got a brand new car. James Lawson, the 66, has a brand new car. Matthew Perosini in the 24, looking pretty darn snazzy. Al Corey in the number 45, Canadian Tire paint scheme. Looks like he backed into a telephone pole at Walmart. That's okay. That's a push spot. That's what if I am Perosini right here, look through the from the nose. You see that divot right there where the of the Camaro is? That's where I'm putting my bumper. I'm looking right at it going, all right, we're going to line this thing up. And if he drops into the right spot, there's James Lawson behind. We're going to go lights off on the pace car this time by. You see the 66. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Line up right there on the map of the Camaro. And full send it in. That's what I would do. Folks, when we go back to Green Flag Racing this time by, we're going to go Sounds of iRacing moment. Of course, all of the sounds and everything that we do here in the broadcast booth brought to you by yours truly, not me, you, all of you out there watching on all the platforms, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. You're the reason why I do this. Thank you so much for all that. And of course, thank you to the No Toad Racing League for bringing us back on here for Sunday Night Racing. They've got a good old series going here, and the fourth race of the season, Talladega's been pretty fun so far. I am joined in the broadcast booth by Kyle Gretsch. He is actually making sure that he reloads in when it happens to us all. It happens to us all. He's loaded back into the race. We're going to get him back in here again, and we'll take a vocal break while the Sounds of iRacing rule the corner. And if you've got surround sound up there, iRacing gets it right when it comes to it. So crank it up on your television. If you're on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, make sure that you have it up there. Put it on your television. Turn up your surround sound. Have some fun. We're going to go back to Green Flag Racing here as the pace car looks to lead them around. Man, high above the stands here. There is Fred the Barney Flagman as fastest lap of the race just turned by Terry Brooks one more time. Terry in the 23 here runs a 50.41 once again, just a touch faster. And I do want to take a look at what the actual fast lap is here as we complete lap 45 under green flag conditions. The second caution thing had to pass away there. Had to move over. Let's see. Fastest lap. That's what I wanted to see. That's the battle box. I'm looking for it. Oh, there it is. As long as it will select for me here. You know, that's kind of the things that I want to make sure I'm doing. My counterpart, Kyle, he is resetting his router. He's going to make sure that what he is doing is absolutely killing it. And, you know, kind of the way it works. Happens to us all. It really does. It's happened to me time and time again. We all know that it is, like I said, internet racing, and it is the way life goes. There is your driver up there in the fastest lap by these drivers as the 23 of Brooks, 50.40 now as they continue to move around. That's going to be Terry Brooks right there in the 23. And fast laps mean fast times, 46 of 75. They're going to at least have one more green flag pit stop here. 83 to the outside as they continue to roll. Thank you to everybody out there. Kobe giving us a follow on the old Twitcheroonie. Thank you so much. Appreciate you very much. When Kyle is ready, he's going to get back in and call this race. Absolutely. Drive time, speed time. Here is what your drivers are driving out there. The manufacturers of the car, Betty in a Ford, Gary in a Ford. Gary has led a couple of laps here, and he's been doing it from the outside, and Malarkey is in a Ford. So 4 Fords make up the front 2 rows. And Benson trying to upset that. Jason Benson in the 42 back here, outside on the third row, in the third row on the outside. He's trying to do the same thing. So we'll see as things progress exactly where they're going to be. They came to pit road last time on 39, and that was under caution. So we will see just how much they're going to be able to run here. We talk about the pit strategy and pace speed. If any of these drivers look to come in early, they're going to need a good run, and not only a good run, but they're going to need a big pack of these drivers to be able to do so. You can't have 2 or 3 cars come in early because that bigger pack. Oh, Benson a little bit free right there, because those cars will be will look to try to find their own pace and try to find their own groove. And a bigger pack will run faster laps than just a 2 or 3 car pack. So that's some of the things that we're going to be looking at. Driver swapping positions. The 10 of Kobe Sutphin to the outside. The 13, up 13 spots. That driver is still the biggest mover of the race right now, trying to work his way all the way to the front. Nick Biddy is your race leader. The number 46 rolls with Joseph Divide out there. Or David out there. Sorry about that. I think it's Joseph David out there. I think I must have messed his name up again. I think it's Joseph David. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Gary Sargent to the outside. The big Sarge man rolling the corner. Thank you to everybody out there for tuning in. 49 of 75. And we're going to have something you think you will get to. Tyler says you'll get to 4 cautions before the end. I don't know. Nathan Bogart out there. Thank you. Let's go. Dixon says Tyler Merritt out there. Thank you for being out there. Appreciate you. Mr. Bogart, thank you very much as well. Something that I think will happen is I think we might see one more at least. We're at 2. A third caution is potentially something can happen. It depends what happens on pit road. Do I think there might be a caution before the end of the race? Possibly. I mean, statistically speaking, it's super speedways, and within the last 3 or 4 laps, that's when they get rolling. So that can be what happens. Thank you very much to everybody out there. Appreciate you all very much for doing what you do. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. I want to check on the No Toad Racing League as well out there, as that Twitch channel is absolutely killing it. I want to make sure that we have a ton of folks out there. Can't wait to see the race tonight. Dega baby should be rowdy tonight. Thank you. There is Kobe the GOAT out there. Time for some fun. Almost met the stuff. Jonathan, good to see you out there. Good luck, says Dustin Barton out there pulling for Dixon. Let's get the win. Georgia Ty Trophy out there. Appreciate everybody very much for being absolutely fantastic. Watching on all the platforms, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube for Signature Esports, and of course, in always, the No Toad Racing League YouTube channel. You can always check it out there. 25 laps to go here in the No Toad Racing League Talladega feature. The best chance, 199, is rolling fast. And right now, Jester, who is a lap down with Redding right here, they are going to soak up some draft. They're working together, and with all that damage, that's something you're going to be having to try to figure out. Right now, both drivers a lap down. Kobe is rolling, just slinging TV out there on the old YouTube platform. Appreciate you very much. Always good to see you all very much. Make sure you give us a follow out there, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. We are 13 followers away from our 3,500 goal on Facebook. And by doing that, you help everybody, not just me. You help all the drivers get more and more famous. And that's on my goal, is to make them look as best as they can and as amazing as they are. And, that's just the way it is. Gary, up high. Nick Biddy, down low. Malarkey rolling with him. That Highline's very fast at the moment. Kobe rolling the corner here as Gary rolls to the bottom. I guess he was getting a little bit free. Now the 10 and the 97, an opportunity to work together here on the high side. The 23 right behind. 023 of Terry Brooks. On the relative, the 002 of Turin behind. Good run for him. Appreciate everybody out there having the best day ever.
I think I got my stuff back.
Perfect. Kyle's back. We like to see it. We like to see it.
This isn't great. There's someone in the booth. What did I miss?
You missed a lot of movers and shakers. Nothing since that last caution, so nobody's come to pit road yet. We know who took fast repairs. Michael Redding and Will Jester are a lap down, and I don't think John has come back yet, so John is going to be out of the race still. So Malarkey is out front over Sutphin here, Sargent and Betty, and now they're starting to get antsy. You can tell they're getting antsy.
Yeah, we're seeing a good outside line form there with the three cars. They don't have the speed, but they at least have two front pushers who are working together as we see Malarkey come up to the high line.
Malarkey came up, tried to slow the progress of the 28 and the 23 there, and does so in good true form and fashion. I think the 97, I don't know if he got tapped up there or if it just kind of the way he rolls. And now they're going to have to reorganize again, as Gary will have to get right back to the back bumper. So Justin Malarkey pushed Gary to the high side and out front, and then took over the lead, and now finds himself doing the same thing. Nick Biddy back out front from the high side. Joseph David out there in that Ford as Kobe Sutphin. They drop in aggressively and almost go around right there in front of the 10 of Kobe Sutphin.
Yeah, that was one of those situations where you're waiting for that car behind you to clear themselves, because they're working together as we see Kobe Sutphin kind of sticking back out there, and he's going to try to go back up to the front.
Holy goodness gracious. Thank you, No Toad Racing League, for the share out there on all the old platform. Tyler Merritt becoming a follower on the old Facebook platform. Thank you so much for that. Brian Raker, thank you for the like. Bobby, of course. Chris, Joshua, James, Kendra, all of you. You are all. Caleb, thank you. Ronnie, Adam, Mike, you are all amazing. Thank you so much to all the racers and the fans and all the folks out there supporting Signature Esports. Much love to you. Keep the roll going. Give it a share out there. Share all of this stuff to all your favorite streamers and all your favorite platforms, because, you know, it is the way it is. 20 laps to go. Sutphin out front to the high side, and the 97 of Malarkey, the best pusher in the field at the moment.
Yeah, he gets right to the back bumper, and he's not moving around too much, but later on in the race, you got to push more aggressively, and you might see a mistake either with the person in front kind of moving too much, or the person behind maybe moving a little bit too much, or getting unsighted.
Tyler Merritt says they think we'll get 4 cautions before the end. We're up to 2, so we're halfway there. I call for 1 more. What do we do?
I'm going to vote on us going to the end under green because we still have a pit stop to do. So I would think that pit stop is going to separate the field out, and we're going to get kind of 2 individual packs maybe.
I want to see the run to the end. They came to pit road on lap 39 and lap 40 for a couple of the drivers like Kobe Sutphin. Some of them have been saving. Nick Biddy now falls in line. I think Nick needs to save a lap or 2 of fuel to be able to come in with everybody else. We talk about that 25-lap pit cycle. That'll put drivers in roughly about 10 laps to go. So we're almost 9 laps away. And I talk about if these drivers decide to split up into 2 packs, or say half the fuel comes one time and one time by and the fuel comes back again. You don't want to be a 3-car pack trying to come to pit road together, because I don't think that's enough. There's so much speed going on here at the racetrack that these drivers are not going to be able to just have a 3-car pack come to pit road together.
Well, I think you're going to have a mixture of cars that go in soft and got cars that go into the pit stop very aggressively, and you might see some cars that go in aggressively come out and be able to gain a couple extra seconds, which on this racetrack, a couple seconds is a lot, to where they can cycle kind of in the middle of a group or maybe towards the front of a group, so where even if they pit maybe a lap or 2 different to the field, they might be able to cycle back in.
It's going to be interesting to see. Of course, the platform dictates the race pace, and right now 97 of Malarkey gets himself to the point of being able to push somebody to the front. Malarkey from the outside, I think, is the driver to beat out of the top 5 if it stays the way it is. Gary Sargent might be a good push here as well, but Sutphin really holding on to that car. And Nick Biddy, always a dangerous threat, not just the super speedway racing, but anything with 4 wheels. So we'll see as we tick away the laps. 17 laps to go here for the Xfinity Series. First race for us here for the Signature Esports platform with the No Toad Racing League. The only other broadcast that I've done for the No Toad Racing League was their championship race almost a year ago today. And they've absolutely just been, we've been trying to work on getting together here for a while. And it finally worked out, and now here we are.
Yeah, we had a bit of a kind of a population boom, and I think I was part of the population boom kind of after that championship finale, where we've had a huge influx of new members, and we've got multiple different series that we've got all our drivers spread across, so we've got a good mix.
Well, I tell you what, I'm glad to see it. Whenever I broadcasted the last race I broadcasted for was the ARCA Championship, and it was just a great time. All right, we got some lap traffic ahead of these folks, and what do you want them to do in this situation? Because they're taking up 2 lanes, and they're side by side in front of them.
Well, we're hearing that they're pitting this time, so we're gonna see a bunch of cars coming on the pit road, and or not. Someone faked out the field. Someone said they're pitting this time. Oh, we got a wreck.
Ooh.
Will Jester, Michael Redding.
Oh, no, the drivers in the back that were a lap down getting into some things. They were 2 by 2 there, and Nick Biddy's going to be racing. That's only an opportunity for these two, for this front field to do it, take care of things. That's the 3rd caution. Tyler might be onto something here, but as it stands, the 3rd caution of the race comes at you here. We'll check it out in just a second. So Tyler, I was going to say Will Jester and Redding here, Michael Redding here, they were side by side with the leaders coming. I was going to get that far chase view here and take a look at what this is going to look like. And I kind of want to break this down a little bit more. So there's the leaders going by, and instead of being single file, they force the leaders to drop below the yellow line there. And I know they're trying to stay high here. They went 4 wide there. 31's down in the second lane. 74 is there. And then the 23 might have freaked out the 31 a little bit right there, sending him up the racetrack and getting into the 74. They were just trying to run as best as they can, and they held their line. They did do that.
Yeah, it was just an odd situation there. It was kind of coming out of turn 1. They separated. The 31 went underneath of the 74 there and kind of held side by side the entire track. Yeah, it was just weird.
Nick Biddy from Dawsonville, Georgia. There is that Ford. He's going to be your race leader at the moment. These drivers are going to need to come to pit road. They will not be able to make it on fuel. I don't care how many cautions you get toward the end, unless they idle under caution for the next 10 or 15 laps. And we'll see it. So Dawsonville's very own Nick Biddy is going to come in, and I believe everybody behind are as well. So Michael Redding and Will Jester will not get a lucky dog in that situation. And this race will be about who wins this line right here. That pace cone, or that pit road exit cone right there. There goes the pace car. And we will see just who's going to be able to do it. There goes Malarkey into his pit stop. There's Harrison right there. Alan Dixon in front. Dixon getting some shout outs from all the streamers out there. Much love to you. Malarkey wins the race off pit road. Joseph David, Nick Biddy, Oliver Turin, Benson, Harrison, Pirosini, Davey Hendricks. There goes Brian Cooper, Alan Dixon, Kobe Sutphin, Gary Sargent there at the end of that one. Corey Lawson, Kelly, and Crutchley. Goes the 23. Malarkey, your race leader, needs to time this one just right.
Yeah, we've got a very, very limited amount of laps here to go. And how many drivers we currently have? We have 17 drivers left, all of them with cars that are fairly clean or only have minimal damage. I think we're going to see a good race here, and I think we're going to see kind of the caution go to the wind. We're going to see people try to go the 2 wide, maybe 3 wide, and try to make it to the front because you only have a limited amount of laps left. Because if you get 2 cautions quick, you're not going to have enough time to move up through the field. So this is where people start getting impatient, and this is where the pushes become a little bit more severe, and maybe you hit somebody a little bit unlined up, or you get a little unsighted coming out of a corner, and you wash up a little too much and cause a huge accident.
Caution will breed caution. So that's the adage here, not just in racing itself, but on iRacing. You hear that a lot. Cautions breed cautions, and it's not anything that we haven't seen in the past when it comes to things that we have seen on Signature Esports. However, I do believe that you have a lot of patient drivers in here. We've watched a lot. We've watched a lot of good, clean green flag runs here for these folks. And Malarkey has been solid in this B car, and has been able to kind of put himself in a good situation. He started third, and he has been pretty much from 8th to in the lead throughout this race, and has been able to move himself around. But he's got a lot of fast drivers behind him. Benson, right where he started, that 42, has really kind of been biding his time. Where do you want to be coming to go here, Kyle? Where would you want to find yourself, especially if it does run green this entire way?
I want to be in one of the lines with someone behind me that I know can push. Or somebody who, like, let's say you have a Discord channel and you've got somebody in there with you. You want somebody that you know is behind you, either that can communicate well and you can tell them what to do, or someone who you know just knows what to do and is smart enough to kind of push you up and give you the push right when you need it, and hopefully not leave you out to dry. But yeah, talking about kind of alliances here, I've been saying it the whole race. You got the 46 and the 6. They've been working together the whole race. They work together in other super speedway races. Currently, right now, in a Discord call on NTRL, we currently have the 88 of Davey Hendricks, the 002 of Ollie Turin, and then we also have the 10 of Kobe Sutphin. So if any of those 3 guys get lined up in a line, you should see them work together and be a threat here. And you got other friends and alliances throughout the field that we may not know about, and they might become tandemed and push their way all the way up to the front.
We'll see as it rolls. 97.6 are going to be your front row here. And this is going to be about the driver's timing. When does Malarkey go? I think that if I'm Justin Malarkey, I'm gonna button my rear end to the 46 behind me. I want him to get us rolling and get us rolling fast, because if that outside line is the line that they prefer, I'm gonna want to roll that outside line as fast as I can with Malarkey and the 46 together. Now Joseph is nothing to sneeze at. You were talking about how fast he can be. Well, he if he wants the best chance at some help here, well, the 6 and the 46 are pretty much in that perfect spot.
Yeah, and if Malarkey gets a good start here, or Biddy kind of just holds off on going on the restart, the 6 car can get a good run in here and slot in the line. Yeah, Malarkey needs to make a good decision here on the start and kind of go when he can kind of start going and get that inside lane slightly moving, but not too far out to where he's thinking to dry.
He backed the rear end right up to Biddy and got the line that he wanted. Pulls up in front of the 6, is going to roll with the 6 and now drop in, controlling the line, controlling the restart. Joseph in the number 6 pulls up right behind him. Nick Biddy's going to be in line as well. Double out 2 of Oliver Turin and Jason Benson here. That's your top 5. Malarkey holds on to the lead. He's going to pull the 6 with him. And the double out 2 was still there. And now Malarkey kind of stuck in a rock and hard spot.
Big push on the outside. Ollie kind of gets out of the throttle a little bit, not to hit Justin too hard in the back bumper. But yeah, we got a tandem on the inside. The 2 buddies, Biddy and Joe, kind of on the inside here. Joe in the lead. On the outside line, we got good numbers here. We got good numbers in both lanes, so we should see both lanes being strong here. It's just, what do we do coming later on here in the race, and how does this play out, and who makes a mistake, if any?
Thomas, thank you for the follow. 10 laps to go here in the NTRL, No Total Racing League Xfinity Series, and they're already 3 wide. Not looking for any friends. Kobe Sutphin to the high side, pulls the 83 of Christopher Harrison with him. Drivers already getting free on the bottom side. 6 is going to have Nick Biddy with him. Move those bumpers. Oh, man, they got dicey there for a moment. I was puckering for him. Holy cow.
Oh, we got the 23 in the back, kind of getting a little bit too high and scraped the wall. Everything's all good. He's still rolling, and he's not lost the draft. We got about a 4-pack of cars in the back that are kind of waiting to see when everyone starts getting a little bit too aggressive here. But we have 2 lines here. We've got the 97 in front of 2 guys working together, and then we got 2 guys working together on the outside, and the 88 and the 002.
Oliver getting a big shove from the 88. He's dangerously cheesy from the outside, and that was a dangerously cheesy joke. 96 of Cooper up in the mix. How cool would it be if you sponsor a race and you win the race that you sponsor? That'd be pretty darn fantastic. Well, he's got himself set up for that opportunity. And don't think that if we don't go 2 laps to go, we're not going to see 3 wide for the lead, maybe 4 wide. You just got to be cautious of that yellow line below you, because if you push yourself below that yellow line and try to make a pass, that is a no-no in superspeedway terminology.
Yeah, and in NTRL, it is protestable and it is reviewable. So if you do make a pass below the double yellow line for a win, or coming late in the race, it can be penalized for it. But it is post-race, so you could win the race but make a pass below the double yellow line and not be the winner. So we will see how Oliver holds the outside line here to Justin Malarkey. The 6 and the 46 are kind of stuck here on the bottom line here, so they're going to try their best to kind of get that 97 rolling. But Davey Hendricks, man, is just pushing Ollie all the way to the lead, and he's just a very strong pusher. He's really close to getting 4 wins in a row here in the NTRL Sunday Series.
I tell you what, he's got a lot of people around him that say, no, sir. Oliver trying to hold on the outside. Malarkey has a good inside line run with these drivers. Thomas, hello to you as well. Joseph says got to root for the Fords. Hashtag Fords, he says. No doubt that right now you got a mix of drivers. Oh, 96. Oh, man. Big one. 4th caution. Tyler? I think you were right, brother.
Oh, they're continuing to wreck.
We're letting them all figure their things out here. There's a 66 low here. Al Corey involved. Brian Cooper had to reset, and he pretty much went end over end. And there's the 31 of Redding. He's just coming off pit road. 42. He looks to be safe. Oh, man. I don't know. Caution. Ouch. We wanted to see if there was going to be a big one, and I think this one started with Kobe Sutton up here. I'm going to back this up just a little bit here because that was a 3-wide move, that a dangerous 3-wide move in some cases. 7 laps to go. It's a little rough. So the 10 sees a place to put the car. He's going to run second lane. There's the 28. 28 gives him the room. And right now, he's just holding on. He comes up and gets the 96, hits the 6, into the 28, into the 83. And a bad form move, and up the wall they go. The 45 of Al Corey gets full sent up the wall, and I think that's deserving of our first No Toad Racing League. Thank you for the like out there, Thomas. First No Toad Racing League helicopter, because he went up the wall.
Yeah, that is a real bummer there for Brian Cooper. Cooper hasn't won a race, I think, since Talladega in the Sunday Series back when we were running ARC cars. I think it's season 19, where he won at Talladega. So he's been on a bit of a dry streak, and tonight could have been the night, but ends with him about 20 feet up in the air doing his best Ricky Crave impression.
Man, oh man, I want to go back and I want to look at all the impact that he took, because that was unfortunate here. And let's kind of ride. You know what we're going to do? We're just going to ride on board with him, because this is where you are eyes forward. You're not looking behind you. You're just driving with the car in front of you. You want to carry your lane, carry your pace. And all of a sudden, you feel this weird thing in your steering wheel, and you're like, what in the world just happened? No, I'm upside down, inside out. Oh, man. And that's what it looks like from his point of view. Let's see what it looked like on the TV. It looked like this. He got yeeted up into the air. And the Iowa Hawkeyes 96 finds himself getting another one of these. And no shot for a fast repair, I don't think. I think he had to use one earlier. We shall see. It would still be a couple of laps down. Oliver's your race leader, though, with 5 laps to go. And that 4th caution seemed to be on the books. He almost called that one. Do we have another one, though? Because now we haven't ran that green. Now all of the gloves are kind of coming off. And with the way that we kind of saw that one go, what do you think, Kyle? Tell me your insight to what this is going to end up.
So I think that with how many laps we have left, we're currently on lap 71. We're gonna hit lap 72, and then we're probably gonna get going about lap 73. So we're gonna get a green white checkered pretty much to the end of the race. I'm expecting you get the formation lap where you're trying to get your moves going and rolling, and I think we'll get the white flag. But I think we might see something happen on the white flag lap. For the ARCA series, we had a race where this year where we caught the white flag, and then the leader made a block, and then someone bumped the leader, and the whole field got caught up, and we wrecked 30 cars just catching the white flag. So
the hardest part about this one is getting to that white flag, because through the tri-oval to pit road exit right here, I mean, you're almost a third mile, I think is what they say, from the halfway point on the front stretch. A third of a mile down the straightaway, the straighter portion of that, before you get into turn 1, before you actually get yourself into that start finish line. So that is a long way to go around this racetrack. If you think about it, you're just getting up to speed basically out of turn 4. If you're in the draft, and just getting into that trial might be difficult to say the least. But right now, we talked about the 17 cars that were kind of still in it. Brian's sitting on pit road, so we know we have 16 vehicles looking for free passes here and or trying to be on the lead lap. So 16 cars competing for a win. That's a big deal.
Yeah, and most of these cars are not damaged that badly, so we're going to see a lot of competitive cars here, and probably some 3 wide if people can get the momentum running and the bottom lane doesn't get too powerful. So yeah, Ollie and Davey, we got pretty much everyone's help split up, so we're gonna have a pretty much fair fight here up until backstretch when things start to get a little bit more settled.
Joseph said somebody went flying. You aren't lying. That's impressive. Thanking everybody out there. Yeah, he did. Thank you everybody tuning in out there. My name's Jason. I'm with Signature Esports. I've got Kyle Gresham here with me. He has been calling the race with me for the No Toad Racing League. He's been doing a phenomenal job. We're looking forward to seeing him back in the races over the next couple of weeks and getting some things familiarized and finish out the season with me here for the No Toad Racing League. He's been doing a great job. Give me some spiciness in chat for me. For Mr. Kyle, he's been killing it. Hashtag Spicy Kyle. That's the guy that you want. Pace car's gonna roll off, and Kyle, man, that's good. Oh, it's gonna be interesting. 3 laps to go when we go back to green flag racing.
I say they make it. I know you said they won't, but I'm gonna put some faith in us being able to make it the whole way around, make it to the white flag, and then we start wrecking.
I don't mind wrecking at the end. White flag is a good thing. Let's go white flag racing. Whoa, O2 says I'm going. But
that's an interesting move there.
He just kind of slid right up in front of the 88. He's leaving the inside lane very open here for a run.
Yeah, we've got a very strung out pack here, so we're gonna get some momentum here. We're gonna kind of have everyone kind of catch up here on the back half of the lap here, so this is just going to get real spicy here about the trial.
Is Oliver just trying to keep Davey from winning? I think, was that what that was all about? I'm just saying.
I think he's working with Davey. So they're in a Discord call together, so I think there's some cooperation between the two of them.
I think that sounds like a dang on good plan. 97 of Malarkey to the inside. Joseph David out there has that run with him and an opportunity. The 88 is all over that back bumper. We're going to be 2 laps to go this time by 42, a little bit free behind the 88. And now some movement. The 45 of Al Corey says, move over Miami. I'm ready to go. Holy cow, he is there to the outside of the 10. It's a long 2 laps here.
Yeah, the inside line here is a little spread out here. If someone on the outside line was to stick it out, we'd kind of have a stall of the both lanes here. But yeah, coming up here on the entry to turn 3 and Ollie turn, he's clear. He can go down if he wants to, but I feel like he's going to want to stick with Davey Hendricks.
I think that outside line is going to be a little bit faster. Somebody's going to have to go 3rd lane to be able to make some competition out of this. The 6 of Joseph David out there, he keeps coming down and touching the yellow line, which is slowing up that inside line. Some of that can be because of design to make sure you don't get into the back bumper of the driver in front of you. But if they're going to want to win here, they're going to have to make some moves. And right now, Oliver takes the white flag here at Talladega, the first race of the No Toad Racing League Xfinity Series for us over here at Signature Esports. But now it's all bets are off and the gloves are off. Here comes the 6 to the back bumper of the 97. 002 has the 88. Big push. Outside line move already.
Ollie Turin with a huge run down the backstretch. He's going to clear, but are they going to stall out? We got an outside lane forming, and we've got a lot of cars on the inside lane.
02, 88, 97 of Malarkey. Trying to hold on. 02's got the 6, the 47. If I'm Malarkey, I'm running the inside lane. I'm not moving up. I'm going to run right here. He moved up. Justin Malarkey trying to hold on, trying to be the winner here. And he's going to do it. He's going to do it in style by just about 4/100ths of a second. Malarkey wins it here. And Gary Sargent runs the fastest lap of the race on the last lap of the race, 50.33. A run for the ages, and Malarkey steps up and delivers.
That's an amazing finish there. Good job by Justin Malarkey. This man always comes out and doesn't do a couple races, and then he comes back in and he wins one, and then he leaves and he comes back and does it again.
Malarkey's speed. Joseph G, good block, great win. That was a block. I was like, no, don't, just hold on to it. But he had the run. He pulled himself up in front of him, and that was a fantastic block right there. Justin Malarkey's going to be your race winner here from Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Pennsylvania. Here in the No Toad Racing League Xfinity Series, driving that Ford, and just really delivered on what I said he was doing earlier. He was trying to get himself out front. He was the best pusher all race long until the last lap, where Davey pretty much tried to give Oliver a win there. And Malarkey just does a fantastic job of being able to defend, finds the inside lane. Hats off to the 6. Joseph David really gave him a great shove and helped him win there.
Yeah, good shove there. Unfortunately, Joe David and the 88 made contact there, and that's what caused the 2 accidents there, where Joe got pushed over into the 46 and the 88 got pushed over up into the 42 and caused 2 accidents there. But, you know, going across the start finish line is typically what you expect out of a Talladega finish.
Well, finishing on your hood and finishing on your wheels, that's pretty much what we see out of that. Folks, before we talk to the race winner in the top 3, let's take a look at your race results. And that is, of course, brought to you by Mr. Cooper out there. Cooper didn't have didn't have the race that he wanted here, but thanks to him for being a part of the No Toad Racing family, and they absolutely enjoyed this race, no doubt. Justin Malarkey's going to be your race winner. Oliver Turin, Davey Hendricks, Jason Benson, Kobe Sudfin, Al Corey, Gary Sargent, Al Dixon, and John Crutchley. There's Nick Biddy in 10th. That is it's a solid top 10, regardless of what happened there. Terry Brooks finishes in 11th. Joseph David finishes in 12th. Matt Piracini finishes in 13th. Lawson, Kelly, Harrison, Redding, Cooper. That's going to be your top 18 drivers. And then down the list we go. There's Jester, Campbell, Barton, and Kyle. You finished 75 lips down, but that's all good. All good.
I tried my worst.
I know. And it's all good, though. Good. Let's we can talk to some folks here. Like this guy, your race winner here. Justin Malarkey comes home, and you had the speed, you had the drive off, and not only did you have that, but man, oh man, you really showed that you had the best push here, along with the ability to defend that last lap. That was every bit of what you needed. Congratulations on the race win. Justin, you got a copy, brother. He is muted for a second. Let's.
Can you hear me? Sorry.
Oh, gosh, there he is.
Forgot his push to talk in this one.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. We can get that changed. I don't mind that.
First off, congrats on you being in here broadcasting. I was not expecting to hear your voice. I just got in here super late, didn't know they got a new broadcast, and heard all about it just a minute ago. So, hello.
Hello to you. Good to see you. And you win the first race of me coming back to the No Toad Racing League. I did one race for these folks a long time ago, and they asked me to come and take care of some things. And here I am. I've got Kyle in here with me, and you win the first race back. I talked you up a big game all race long, and you didn't. You delivered everything that I said.
Well, that's super pressure. And yes, you and Kyle up there. I'm sure you enjoy having someone else up there in the booth to help you out. Always
a ton of. So walk me through this race. You were pushing people left and right. It's like every time that you try to get yourself out front, it seemed like you pushed somebody to the lead. You were utilizing that high line to the best of your ability. And then once you were able to get yourself out front, especially that last 3 laps, you backed yourself up to the 6th. You found the lane. And able to defend, especially coming through that tri-oval, to take this one home. I mean, walk me through it. And no doubt you got to be excited to win Talladega, and because this thing could have been a handful at the end.
Oh, so excited! It's so hard to win one of these things. You could be running first or 10th and still have a shot to win coming out in the final corner. And I've been in both positions. I've actually don't think I've ever won at Talladega. I usually end up coming out of turn 4 in the wall somewhere. Yeah, I wanted to, I always try and run that outside line, and I'm like, oh, they're going to put me 3 wide. So let me jump to the bottom for this final run, and it worked because there's no choice but the guy behind pretty much to push. So when I saw the run stall out and 2 of them were side by side in the back, I knew the outside car was going to have the run coming through the tri-oval. So I just drove up into that lane. I was like, hopefully he'll smash me right in the middle of the bumper, and if not, I'll end up where I normally am. And he hit me right in the middle, and it shot me, and it was actually like such a clean finish, which was nice. It was awesome.
It was a clean finish through third. we'll say through third. After that, they had a race going on behind you, and I tell you what, you did everything that you needed to do, and you put yourself in the right position, and that was amazing to watch. Kyle, anything for Justin over here? We were talking about the guy that pushed him for the longest time. Anything you got for him? He delivered, and you called it all the way to the end.
No, I just wanted to congratulate him on his 3rd win in the Sunday Series. I know we switched over from ARCA in season 20 for the Sunday stuff, but yeah, you won Michigan against some guy in the 7 car at the time, and then you beat everybody at Bristol, and then you come back season after and you win at Talladega. Congrats.
I remember the 7 car. That was fuel mileage. Me and you were on that same strategy. It's definitely good to hear your voice.
Yeah, man, good run.
Justin, always a pleasure. You know the deal. It's your time. It's your shout outs. Give them out there, brother.
Yeah, definitely, Jason. Shout out to everyone watching. We just got back from Virginia today. We did about 400-mile commute, and then did 250 laps here, or 250 miles here. So I got my whole family, all 10 of us were gone, so they're all watching. So hopefully they enjoyed this, because I missed it for the last 10 days we were gone. So this is great. And it's awesome to hear your voice, and you're going to love this league, because this Sunday night league is really, really fun. It's a great way to end the weekend.
I tell you what, it's also a good way to begin my week. You guys made it interesting. 4 cautions to go to an exciting finish like that. And congrats to who was it that said that out there? Somebody called it right on the money.
It was Tyler Merritt.
Yeah, Tyler, congrats on getting that one right. We need to send you something. We need to find prizes for people who get that stuff right or something. I don't know. Justin, always a pleasure. We'll be in touch. I'll be in touch with you here pretty soon too. And thank you to everybody for tuning in. We always love to see the Malarkey family out there. And man, I bet you're tired. 400-mile commute, and then you get in here and run 250 miles. That's insane.
But I was excited to do this one.
Right. Justin, always a pleasure, man. We'll talk to you soon. Malarkey comes home in first. Great drive. Link good to see on Discord, sent on Messenger. Racing Online. Send me. You have to see. Oh, you sent it. Sent me on Messenger. Okay, all right. Malarkey finishes in. Info. I'm seeing messages over here. I didn't see it. P2. Oliver Turin. Oliver gets a great drive in. Let's talk to the 002. Oliver, congratulations on a P2 finish. You did everything that I think that you possibly could do, other than maybe try to switch lanes. But walk me through this one. The last 3 laps here were just absolutely thrilling to see.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. So I hooked up with Kobe, seeing that he's won the first 3 races. I figured I couldn't pick a better teammate and pusher there. So definitely helped me out there. We were running up front most of the day. Had to take the fast repair midway through. As far as the last lap goes, when Malarkey came up, I thought maybe I could get underneath him, but I had I think the 9 or the 6 at my quarter panel, so that blocked that off. And my pusher was about ready to explode. So we pretty much just wrapped it up right there. But happy with the second place, and congrats to Justin for sure.
It's always exciting to finish on 4 wheels at Talladega, and I think that's pretty much what Justin was saying out of this one. He wasn't sure that if he came up, you were going to hit him square, and he was very happy that you did.
Yeah, I wasn't going to wreck him. He's a nice dude, so.
Yeah, he is absolutely absolutely awesome. Um, Oliver, you talk about using the fast repair through the race. Did you kind of have to um, manage yourself over the course of the race? Because and actually, let me switch this stuff over because I want your thing to show up. Av, did you kind of have to manage yourself and try to make sure that you didn't get into anything for the rest of the race, or were you just kind of just letting things run its course?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we were conserving fuel early on, and I was trying to hang low as much as possible because most of the bumping was happening up high where guys were getting loose and stuff. So I was just hanging out low, trying to survive, and just got caught up in the big one mid race there. But yeah, all's well that ends well. So, but yeah, definitely was conserving early on. I don't think. I mean, you saw some of the guys get too aggressive there and wreck out early. So
Yeah, that's somewhat typical of super speedway racing. We see aggressive moves and free, and especially Xfinity cars getting as free as they do. Kyle, anything for Oliver? You've he's been doing a pretty phenomenal job up here, and we'll let him finish this one off.
Yeah, Ollie, I know you a little bit. Spent a little bit of a 24-hour race together, but yeah, good job, man. You got your second top five of the year, coming off your ARCA championship from last year. You did beat Davey Hendricks, the guy who's won the first three races, but only by a position. So you closed the gap just a little bit. What's your thoughts about the rest of the season coming up here?
I think I'll move up into second in points with Brug missing this one, which isn't the way I'd want to do it. But I don't know if I need to catch Davey here. I'll give it my best shot for sure. And you know what? If it was him in front of me, I probably would have wrecked him. So we'll see how it goes moving forward.
That cracked me up. I thought for sure that wasn't going to be the response there, but you know what? I can respect that. Oliver, give your shout outs out there. Always a pleasure to hear what you guys have to say. Follow the race. I know you got people out there watching, so your time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just thanks to all my followers on YouTube or Twitch. Thanks for checking me out, and definitely follow No Toad Racing League over on YouTube as well, guys. Like and subscribe there.
Absolutely. We're live over there as well. We want to make sure that we get to everybody on all of the platforms. They should be following all four that we're broadcasting on currently: No Toad Racing League, the Signature Esports platforms, and then go check out everybody that's streaming in the series. Um, it's just killer, my man. I appreciate you. We look forward to seeing you next week, and congrats on a P2 finish.
Yeah, thank you guys. Have a good one.
Always. That's Oliver Turin. He is going to be the man, the myth, the legend. And let's talk to the guy that has the most wins in the series already. Won the first three races, from what I found out. And Davey Hendricks comes home third here with a great shove at the end. Davey, walk me through this one.
Oh, that was great. I'm not much. I don't like speedway racing that much, but that was fun. It's not very often you get a good solid finish like that in one of these things. But I don't. My goal really every time we come to a super speedway, if I win, great. But that's not my goal. My goal is to finish somewhere near the front and try and keep like a consistent point space coming up. Finishing third sounds a whole lot better than getting wrecked on the last lap and finishing, 20th or whatever it could be. But no, that was solid. I had worked with Oliver the majority of the race, so I told him unless something went horribly wrong, I was going to push him to the finish. I feel bad I couldn't get him the win though. I started overheating, basically coming out of two on that last lap. So we got to turn three, and I had just enough to push him to the finish line without blowing up. But by then, Malarkey had already had a great run. But I'll take it. Good points.
Kyle, anything for Davey? I mean, that's pretty much word for word what Oliver said.
Yeah, you've had a good run so far in the series. You know, this was your unfortunately your worst finish of this the season. So third place, got to bounce back in 2 weeks when we go to Nashville, I believe. But yeah, you've come into NTRL tail end of last year, kind of just poking around and having some fun, and you come out in season 22 and just come out guns a blazing, going 3 wins and 4 races, and just crazy good, crazy consistent, very highly touted by Mr. Skylar Carnes. So we were told to watch out for you when you join the league, and then you back up the warning. So good job, man.
Thank you. I've tried. Sarge got me over here. I ran one race last season, but I couldn't commit to the whole deal. But this season I can. So I'm trying my best, trying to be consistent, be clean, try not to rub anyone the wrong way with bad moves. I've just lucked out. I mean, even last week at Charlotte, Skylar led that whole race. We were dead even, and I got lucky enough to pass him on the very last lap, coming out of what, two, and win that one. But no, I'm just happy to be here. Good caution, good caution count. We don't really have that many cautions here. Great racers, very respectful. I've loved it. So I've enjoyed being around.
Maybe you come in with a 127-point lead into the race, and no doubt that's going to be broken into a little bit here. But out of the grand scheme of things, to get a race win for the first three races, when we move into the rest of the schedule, the expectations, I know folks are saying they're high, but a good start so far. I've never seen anybody win 4 races in a row in a series, and I was like, maybe this one might happen, but you kind of kept your nose clean throughout the entire race, and you were there to be impactful at the end. That's a good race in my point of view.
Yeah, I would have had a chance if we were at a road course or a mile and a half. Maybe I get that fourth win, but now at a place like this, it's just keeping your nose clean, working with your little group you're going to work with. So I'm stoked to come home third with a clean race car and a good points night. I've got no complaints about it.
And yeah, I completely agree. And actually, let me take that back. You had I'm doing the math here. You had a 33-point lead, so you have almost a full race ahead of everybody else. Davey, it's always a pleasure to talk to the folks. I was talking about that prior as well. Congrats on a P3 finish here. Podium is still nothing to sneeze at, and it's Talladega. Anything can happen at super speedways. Give your shout outs out there, Davey. It's always a pleasure.
Oh, got to thank all the admins that put this on, Sarge and everyone else that put their time and effort in every week. Everyone watching at home, all the drivers that show up, Oliver and Kobe for chilling out with me in chat and helping me out throughout this race with strategy and whatnot. You up in the booth? I think that's it.
Always a pleasure, Davey. We'll see you next week. It sounds like you've got your hands full and a lot. They talk about expectations. I'm looking forward to seeing you and Skylar kind of duke it out. That'll be a good situation there.
It is a show. I've missed having broadcast these last few weeks because he is one of the hardest people I've ever driven against. So I mean it's great. I'll enjoy it.
It'll be a ton of fun, Davey. We'll see you next week.
Yep, see y'all.
Always, that's the man himself. He finishes in third, points leader of the season. Kyle, what are your takeaways from the race?
I thought it was fairly clean for super speedway race specifically. We we've had some super speedway races where we've kind of had where people kind of get impatient, and then we start getting cautions, then we get that rash of cautions, and then we only have a couple cars finish. But more often than not, when we kind of get down to some of our core members, we get these races where we're able to do these long runs, and when we do have cautions, they're honest mistakes and not bold moves that went wrong. So yeah, it was just a really good race, strategic wise, for the 80% of the race I got to see. So yeah, that was a good show.
Definitely a good show. Kobe Sutphin was 5th. Jason Benson was 4th. Davey Hendricks finished in 3rd. Oliver in 2nd. And Justin Malarkey, your race winner here. Kyle, it's a pleasure. Look forward to calling more races with you. Next week, we'll be back at it. Tomorrow night, IVRL Truck Series, the HMG Innovations Truck Series. It's going to go to Sonoma. And then Tuesday night, Goat Racing League. Wednesday night, we're going to do some fun racing with the folks. I have to take that night off anyway. So that'll be absolutely a fantastic drive off. Thursday, back at it with the Chop Shop Racing League. Friday, Asphalt Outlaws Racing Series, second race to the championship. They're going to figure out who the top 5 are tomorrow. And those will be the drivers that race for the championship the following week. Saturday, Go Racing Cup Series, back at it again. And the next Sunday, well, you know what? We're going to be right back here, same bad time, same bad channel, as we look at it. Ollie, thank you for the follow out there. Ollie the Mongol is his Twitch channel, folks. If you did not see that on his driver photo. But Ollie the Mongol just followed me on Twitch. That's who you need to go follow to be able to see it from his point of view as well. Kyle, I look forward to seeing you next week, brother.
I like a correction. Next weekend is Father's Day.
Oh,
for,
right.
anyone who
That's
forgot.
right. Yeah.
So we have Father's Day, and then the week after we're going to go to Nashville, and then the week after that is 4th of July. But Nashville in 2 weeks.
Gotcha. Yeah, they are taking Father's Day off, aren't they? I have to pull that schedule up. We'll get the schedule right. Either way, doesn't matter. It's racing. I'm still broadcasting next Sunday, no matter which league it is. So Outcast Racing League will be next Sunday afternoon. Either way, Kyle, we'll see you in the next race. It'll be a ton of fun.
All right, everyone at home, have a good night and enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Always. That's Kyle Grant. Kyle, always a pleasure, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah, it's all right there, folks. It's right in front of my face. It's insane. All right, folks. Look forward to seeing you in the next one tomorrow night. Remember, IVRL, come in and check it out. Maybe we'll get Kyle into some more leagues and some more broadcasting with us. He seems like he's doing a pretty decent job and enjoys doing it. He's a race fan through and through. And you see, he had Waltrip as his photo there. That was pretty awesome to see as well. Justin Malarkey, your race winner here for the Toad Racing League. Always good to see everybody out there. Hopefully you're having a fantastic night. And of course, and always, we'll see you the next one. Be good.
Good job, buddy. You run right there.